Natalie has asked me who would be, a good speaker. Oh, do you have somebody in mind? Like a million times. And I will always like, oh, this person. Oh, this person. And so she was like, yeah, no, this time I'm just going to straight up ask you if you will do this. So I was like, what is the theme? She's like, soft. I was like, okay, this seems like it would make sense. I can do that. It seems like a natural fit for me. I work in fashion, so it's, it's fabrics, it's everything tactile and soft, movement, all of that, And I am I'm a thick girl. I'm a mom. I'm a woman. I am soft. I've raised children. I have empathy. All of these things feel like it makes sense, right? Okay, so I can do that. Yes. Yes, Natalie, I will do it. Fine. You got me. But as I actually sat down over the past few weeks to try to come up with what I was going to say, I had the hardest time trying to figure out what I was going to say because it wasn't coming to me. It wasn't coming to me. And I kept trying to figure out what I was like. I have some random things that kind of fit, but nothing felt like authentic. And so I had to just go in and break it down. And I was like, why am I struggling with this? It's because everything right now is hard. Everything feels so difficult right now. We feel like we're constantly being barraged with something new every day, every hour, it feels like. So we're just having a hard time. So soft doesn't come easy, at least to me. So when I was breaking it down, I said, okay, what are the different interpretations of soft? And it's, you have empathy, you have feeling your feelings and sharing emotions and being gentle to each other. Or you have the tactile version, of soft fabric, your soft bed, a soft animal, soft skin, soft bodies. And as a designer, those things, that makes sense. All of that, immediate thoughts, right? There's also sound, soft sounds, things like that. But leaning in towards the tactile felt like the natural progression for me. So it's like, well, as a designer, I love to touch all the fabrics. I love to go around and touch every different texture. I need to know what things feel like. I have literally spent hours upon hours in fabric stores. There's one in Chicago that Dan over here and I have gone to multiple times, and I will spend hours in there, but I want to touch everything. And it's so important to me to touch everything. This place is huge. It's like half a block long and 3 stories high. And I will go in and spend open to close in there and still not have felt like I've seen everything. And I've gone a dozen times at the very least. And I want to touch it. I want to know how it hangs. I want to know how it moves. I want to squish it between my fingers. I have to know. And I was like, maybe this is something in me wants to know every last detail about the fabric. That is my number one. If there was a job that was just spending all day touching fabric, that would be my job. I think that I would rather probably do that than anything else, is just play with fabrics. I love it. That's just who I am now. It was my favorite thing growing up. My mom had a sewing room, as many did. And I would go into that room and I would find all of the fabrics and I would look at all of them, touch them all, pull them all out, wrap them around me, pretend, I was queen for a day, whatever. But but I can remember specifically how some of those fabrics felt. They've like left such an impression in my brain. I can picture them. I can feel them when I think about them. There's fabrics that she held on to forever. And like, you know, now she's moved away and she lives in Florida, all warm and happy. And we're all up here freezing our butt off half the year. But I kept some of the fabrics. And so I have this one little chunk. It's only like an 18-inch by probably 30-inch chunk of fabric, but I've saved it because it screams to me, you know, this was my mom, this was childhood, and that is exactly what I remember. You know, I can remember finding that fabric as a kid. So it was always a thing I enjoyed and I loved. I love all of the soft things. I surround myself with all of the soft things. I sleep with like 4 pillows every night. I have like 83 throw pillows. I'm one of those girls, you know, like I know there's like memes about how many pillows you have to take off the bed at night. I'm that person. I don't even take them off the bed. I just sleep with them because I'm a weirdo. But also on our couch, you know, a million pillows. Because I just like that. I have a wardrobe at home filled with just sweaters. It's this giant thing. There's 3 stacks and 2 deep of just sweaters, cardigans and sweaters. And my husband is like, how much more can you possibly get? And then I'm like, but it's so soft. Look at it. It's so good. You know, I need to touch it. So, and I'm one of those people, like, I will try, I'll walk around and like touch random things. Like, there's flowers. I can't tell you how badly I've wanted to touch these flowers since I got in here and I saw them. I was like, no, don't be that weirdo. It's right next to the food. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll do it later. But I'm the person at the museum that the docent has to come up to and be like, you need to back away from this. Like, you can't, please don't touch, because I will. Sorry. I know that's against the rules, but if there's not somebody standing right there, I'm probably going to touch it, because who doesn't want to touch it? All of the things, whatever it is, I want to know what it feels like. What is that texture? So it's hard to not touch all of the things. But I love that. I love it. And I love being soft. I love being the soft person. And I love having, you know, these qualities where my kids can come to me at any point and hug me. They're grown. They're giants. They're like 4 inches taller than me, at least. But still, they'll come to me, and I love to know that I can provide that comfort and that safety with them, that they always feel like they can hug me. You know, I want to be that person for them. I want to be a safe place for them to come in and just have all of the feelings and know that they're safe there. I love to be a soft place for a head to land and lips and everything. I love to give the people I love kisses and hugs and still be strong. I'm strong. I'm not small. I know I'll never be small. I'm a big girl. I've very much come to terms with that. I've never been a small person throughout my whole life, always been big. And that's okay. I don't mind it. I'm good with it. I know there's nothing wrong with being small. It's just not who I am. I'm never going to have collarbones that would cut a person. I'm not going to be that. I am a soft place for people. And I know that like I'll have friends who are vertically challenged who come up and they will hug me specifically. And Natalie knows exactly what I'm talking about because we have a friend who she'll come up and based on our anatomy, her head just happens to land at a very specific place. And she holds on just a little bit longer when we hug. And bless her, because it happens with a lot of my shorter friends. They just hold on a little bit longer. But it's okay. It's soft. It's welcoming. And I don't mind being that person. I like to be the soft person. I like to be welcoming and loving to the people that I love. And when they need that love, I want to be able to give it to them, just like they would give it to me. The world has caused us, like, we have to constantly be defensive. We're always having to defend the people we love, defend our rights, defend ourselves, our choices, and our thoughts, just the way that we feel. We have to constantly do this, and it constantly feels like we're building up a barrier for ourselves. It's a struggle to try to get back to being soft. It feels like we're always having to be hard, put up barriers, and like how do we constantly move from one thing to the next thing and not process it? You know, I don't. Okay. With work, I tried to always build a safe space. I'm covering a lot of different things. Sorry, I'm gonna jump right around here. But at work, we tried to build like a safe space for everybody to feel welcome. And I will fiercely protect that always. And I will be the person who will collect all of the negative. I don't want anybody in that community to have to experience the negative and what is being thrown at everybody. I will take that so that nobody else has to take that. They shouldn't have to be the people who are getting any sort of flack for anything that happens in our community. So I always try to say, no, it's fine. That comes to me. That's me. If you have an issue, bring it to me. I would rather deal with it and have to confront whatever is going on instead of having that spread amongst everybody where it will fester, you know? When we think of hard, we're thinking of it's firm, it's dense, it's rough, it's difficult. And having the hard around us will make us appreciate that soft, right? Like when we go through the hard times, it makes us appreciate the good or whatever. But I think it helps to pave a path. We'll just stomp that down and we pave a path for the soft. And we just make that okay, this is how we're going to do this, you know? I wear my beliefs very loudly. I try to make sure that people know who I am and what I stand for. It makes for really uncomfortable family gatherings, but I'm okay with it. I'm not here to just make things easy for them. But being soft can also be standing for your beliefs, standing for what you believe in, and making sure that the choices that you make, you can live with. We only get the one life, one body, one heart. And so choosing what you believe in creates a nice soft place for your heart to be. And I think that standing up for what you believe in is so important, that we have to be there for ourselves first so that we can create those soft places for the people that we love. Making sure I cover all the things here. Hold on. Okay. So in a world where we're constantly being barraged with all of these negative things, everything is hard, we have to allow ourselves rest and allow our soul to just be nourished and comforted, we need to go out and seek the comfort. And you hear the saying, protect your peace. Like, that is softness for me. You know, everybody is trying to do the soft girl thing. That was a whole, I think, meme. I don't know how long ago. I don't know. I'm old. But we can honor all of the hard and keep growing. We can honor it. We can honor like the grief, everything that we're feeling, but still be soft. I encourage crying a lot at home, and I encourage everybody, like, once we have too much going on, just cry, because it releases all of those endorphins and the oxytocin, and it promotes a good release. You know, afterwards, you're going to feel better. It releases all the feel-good chemicals in your body. So I always try to encourage crying, understand the feelings, understand the hurt, but don't deny the softness. Encourage empathy. I think empathy at this point, it builds community. I think we have so much that we can grow from with having empathy and understanding one another. And I think that empathy will build community. And I know that they're trying to get me to stop talking, but I'm just going to share one quote that I happened to come across last night by Dipendra Tamang. Strength isn't in the armor. It is in the softness that you refused to lose. So I just felt like that. Strength isn't in the armor. It is in the softness that you refused to lose. I felt like that was great.